I don't believe in God or something, but it's like a divine plan. And I just find it very, very fascinating, and I'm absolutely humbled by looking at it. And I think when I make art and I'm putting in all these little details, for me it's like praising nature or whatever that is. Hi, my name is Lisa Büscher and I'm German. I live in Berlin. I moved here in the year 2008, and I'm also working here quite close by, and I started my own workshop in 2011. I am originally not from Berlin. I am from Münster. This is a town which is 500 kilometers away from Berlin. It's at the western border, basically, close to the Netherlands. Looking back at my childhood, when I started to use acrylics on canvas, I was so excited about that, and I was running around calling myself an artist immediately. But there's been periods in my life where I was really doubtful about that, like especially when you go to university, you can develop a lot of doubts. What is an artist, and are you really an artist? Like, do you deserve calling yourself an artist or something like that? Right now, since a couple of years, it's mostly about art. So like, I do consider myself a full-time artist. I have a main focus on humans. I find them endlessly fascinating. Also the emotions, the inside, but very often also the what's on the outside, like the skin, the expressions on the outside, the wrinkles, like everything that creates a story of a certain human being to me. I mostly use silicone as a material to mimic the surface of real, or like the texture of real skin. I like when there is real skin or skin showing in my work, this is silicone which I paint so that it looks super realistic to the viewer's eye. I also use all kinds of hairs that I insert in the silicone to make it look the most realistic possible, because that's always one of my goals. A normal work day or work week at my studio, I would say, doesn't exist. Like sometimes there's a couple of projects running at the same time, like very often 3 or 4 projects at the same time. But so there's like, I'm constantly jumping between tasks. It's not all fun and games. Like I have to do lots of bookkeeping. I have to do orders as well. Like you have to be in touch with people, do phone calls, do schedules and stuff like that. It's like, it's way less romantic than one might think, but I like that I'm able to jump between tasks. This is also what keeps processes interesting for me. Like, I don't have to stay on a task like for weeks and weeks and weeks. I can also throw something else in between. Like I could go from hair punching, hair dressing to painting if there is something that needs to be painted. Or sometimes I'm doing a live cast and I'm putting silicone on a live person to get a replica, basically. Something like that, so I can jump between that, and it keeps it very, very interesting for me. Like the field is very broad. I would say I'm not only driven by emotions to make my art. I feel some of my pieces tackle topics like personal emotions, only some of them. But I feel like my head is working like a modern AI, like when it comes to image creating. There's random image creation going on all the time, like by what I take in, I see every day, and then there's really like there might be images popping up, and that when one of these images fascinates me, I go at it and I visualize, like I draw it a little bit, or I make a little design and I put it in one of my sketchbooks. And when I don't stop thinking about it, when this thing pops up over time, basically, then I do start to sit down and make it into an art piece. In my other side profession or something, I started to tattoo real people, which is very, very interesting to me, and that's art to me as well. That I create little images and apply them onto someone's real skin. But that's a whole different story, actually. It's both working with skin, but it is very, very different processes. But that's about what I do at the moment. Difference between silicone skin and human skin is very big. The one, like human skin is alive, silicone skin will be always dead, like it's frozen in the moment, which is an interesting aspect. Like it's never gonna move like real skin. But this is also, like, the more often I work with human, or like I try to imitate human skin, the more I'm in awe of how it's designed, because it's not possible to copy it. And I think that we are very far from imitating that, also when it comes to robotics or whatever, like really having real skin, realistically moving skin there. It's far from that, I have to say. I guess to a certain point I'm counteracting these trends of like trying to digitalize everything. I think I'm maybe anti-Photoshop. When I create a hand or a foot or something like that, it will have all the veins, it will have all the wrinkles, like all the little details. There might be a little bit of dirt under the nail. I love these details, and I think that is exactly what is taken away from us by photoshopping too much. Or I think if I flattened out the surface of the skin like too much, what I would get would be something that looks like a mannequin, like a realistic painted mannequin, and I think it wouldn't look very interesting. So I am very happy I can choose to throw in as much detail as I want, and that's really like detail, or yeah, the perception of detail is what drives me a lot. Thank you.